Hey, good evening. It's Sophie going live, day 151. Tonight I wanted to talk a little bit about hard work. I'll tell you what made me think of that. I had a long day and quite intense. I got up very early as usual, and I did my usual business work, and then I looked after my little nephew for the day. And he's 6 months old, and he really this was the first time in his short little life that he's really properly spent a whole day with us. And it was lovely. And during the day I met a woman who asked me, "Oh, have you got another baby?" And I said, "No, it's not ours, it's my nephew, but I'm looking after him." And she made a comment about, "Oh, that's really a lot of work for you." And I said, "Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it is a 6-month-old baby is a lot of work, but I said, but it's also so nice." Because I'm getting to know him, and it's kind of a privilege to have him, really. And as I say, we had a lovely day with him, and then we came home, and tonight I was reading my famous dragon story that I'm reading to Ben. I talked about it a few days ago in these lives. And so I was reading to Ben in bed, like I do every evening. And Ben, who's 7 years old, for those who don't know, he fell asleep. So I was reading and he was in bed, and he just fell asleep. And I don't know, these two things, my little nephew, who's so beautiful, with huge black eyes, and he was so happy today, and we did lovely things. We went out together, it was lovely. And then my little Benjamin, who was lying and listening to the story, but was so exhausted by the day that he just closed his eyes and went off to sleep. It just filled me with intense love. I mean, of course, I have huge love for my children all the time, but it also just made me think of how it's hard at times when the children, well, it's hard to bring up children. I mean, it's not easy. It is hard work. That woman was, who I met, said it's hard work. And yes, it's hard work. It is. But the joy you get out of it, and the long term, I can't explain that the return you get in the long term is so amazing. I mean, really, it's just, yeah, anyway, it's just so worth it. And I think about that with my children all the time. I think, all those years that I was there for them, and that all parents, all those years as humans that we spend with our children, and we have to be there day in, day out, and at first they don't sleep and they can't do anything themselves, and within a few years they can do a bit more, but it's really long, isn't it? And at times it feels endless, but really then you just get these amazing people, who've grown up and who become, lovely, older children, well, who are just lovely and who become amazing people. And again, of course, all this, I always try to link this to my business and it's just something that I often really, that just struck me particularly today, is that it's not because it doesn't feel easy, it's not because it's hard work, it's not because it takes a long time, that it's not worth it in the end. It is so worth it. I am so glad I put in the hard work with my children and that I still put it in. I'm so glad that I have the privilege to look after my little nephew and do the hard work, because this is building a relationship with him, and it is going to be so worthwhile. I mean, it's already worthwhile now, but it is going to be, 100 times even better in the future. And I really think that it applies to many things, and in this online business it's the same thing. It might feel like hard work sometimes, but it's so worth it. It brings so much, and it will bring so much in the long run. So these are my thoughts for the day. I am quite tired. It's 10 o'clock and I have been up since 5:30. So I'm going to go to sleep fairly soon so that I can get up early tomorrow morning again and start again. So good night, everyone, and speak to you tomorrow. Bye for now.